As always, cheers to the season. Lighten up, it's Christmas. But we're back. First of all, let me say I do not own the rights to the music in the background, but we are definitely enjoying our Whitney Houston for the season. I have to first thank all of my viewers from our YouTube channel who have subscribed and been listening to comments and several things we've been reading, and I'm enjoying all of your comments, so I want to thank you for that. As I promised to one of my viewers that I would definitely do a recipe that's all about comfort food, that's all about family, friends, and fun. So I have to say to you, when you have that leftover honey baked ham bone, what do? You make wonderful soup. And that's what we did tonight, and I'm going to walk you through it. As you can see, our finished product is here, our wonderful slice of cornbread, and we're ready to eat. But I'm going to talk you through it. So the first thing that I did, I purchased a bag of white beans, dried white beans, brought them home, let them rinse and soak for about 30 minutes. While they were rinsing, what I did, I took a fresh clove of garlic, a medium-sized onion, and sauteed it in the pan with just a tap of olive oil. Let them get a little translucent. And at that point, what I did, I dropped our ham bone into our pot. Those seasonings started to flare up. You could start to smell the brown sugar, the pineapple, the nutmeg, everything that was already in that coated ham bone, mixed in with our onions and our garlic. Wonderful fragrance. Next step, we just added our white beans into our mixture. And at that point, I put 6 cups of vegetable broth and 2 cups of water. That's 6 cups of vegetable broth and 2 cups of water. I brought that to a boil. I added some carrots and celery, about 3 stalks of celery, 3 carrots, nicely chopped. Added those into our pot to allow it to cook down. Brought it to a boil, turned it down on simmer for an hour, stirring occasionally, covered, of course. After the hour, we did a nice stir, uncovered our pot, still left it on simmer, and let it simmer for another hour. But what happened on that step, I actually took our ham bone out and chopped all that meat off of the ham bone. What was left, amazing. As we're cooking down, about 20 minutes in, put that meat back into the pot and let it continue just to cook down very slowly for the next hour. While waiting on that, I decided you can't have a good soup without some good homemade cornbread. Now, I'm going to tell you, the homemade is just adding things to it. Granted, it did come out of the Jiffy box. But as I promised a good friend of mine, I would give my recipe for cornbread. Very simple. I take that Jiffy box, put in 1 egg. Instead of the milk, I put a 1/3 cup of sour cream and 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream and mix that all up, and it gives your cornbread that nice cake tendency. Sometimes the kids think, oh, they're eating a piece of cake, not a piece of cornbread. But hey, it's wonderful, it's there, and we're ready to dig in. What I like to do with all of my soups, you notice I put my cornbread already in my bowl. Give it a nice little stir. You can already see the steam is coming off. Those wonderful beans are in there. That ham, carrots, celery, onion, wonderful. But what I like to do, I take my spoon and get it at the end of that cornbread, drop in the cornbread and drop right in the soup, and you get all of that in a nice spoon. Nice little blow, because it is piping hot, fresh off the stove. Amazing. Oh my goodness. I am going to tear this up tonight for dinner. This is my meal. I will say you're getting all that seasoning that was in the ham, so you don't have to do a lot of seasoning in your pot because everything is already in that ham bone. If anything, I add a few little crushed red pepper flakes just to give it a little zip on that side, and a quick squeeze of lemon juice just to pull out all those flavors. But everything is already in that ham bone, it's already seasoned. We're ready to go. This would make a great Christmas Eve meal, New Year's Eve meal, something comforting while the family is laying around in their pajama pants and nice shirts and holiday shirts and just reminiscing over all the gifts that they received over the years, the good and the bad. I know we've all had that one aunt that loves to give you a pair of socks or a pair of underwear for Christmas. Now, I don't know what grossed me out more, or should I say amused me more, was that she tried to guess at the size of underwear that I wore and even the type. Of course, darling, I need the gift receipt because she knew it was going bad. But all is well, and reminiscing over those things, or being like my wonderful auntie, every year, love her dearly. She would create these beautiful boxes, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I have a wonderful gift. But lo and behold, when we dug into the gift, there was this nice handwritten check that was post-dated for us for our holiday. Again, yes, I said it, it was post-dated, so you wouldn't use it until the end of the month. But the gift wrapping was amazing. So that was something that we reminisce about still to this day. She is gone from us, but she is always in our hearts. And we think about that every year. So here we go with our wonderful white bean chowder using our honey-baked ham bone. And we were ready to go. This is a creation from the comfort of my home to yours. I thank you, and I ask that you have a wonderful, wonderful, prosperous holiday, a wonderful and awesome new year. Again, from my home to yours, lighten up, it's Christmas.